Welcome to another database daily insight. Today I'm trying to remote into a box that I'm actually not able to remote into it, and I think it's because there's a password related issue. And so we're going to walk through the process of trying to reset the local administrator password for this particular box. And most likely this is not a DBA type of situation, but it's good to know things like this. So anyway, I'm trying to get into this box. This is what I have used in the past as my domain controller, and I was trying to set up the HMail server on this box, but then I just realized I can't connect to this. So meaning I have two options: to try to fix this box, or to try to build a new domain controller and reset several things in this lab environment. So we're going to start the first one. We're going to try to fix this box by using the operating system image and trying to go in and fix the password. And then after that, if this doesn't work, then we're going to go to the last option, which is to just build a new box, which we're going to use as a domain controller. So the first thing is I want to try to log in using what I think is the password, and that is incorrect. I'm going to try to just go to the administrator login account and try to use what I think is the password, and of course that is incorrect. So now we have to start the process of fixing this. And so the first thing is we need to turn this off, and then we're going to boot it as we're going to try to boot it using the Windows Server image, ISO image. So I'll close it, I'll turn it off, and then I'm gonna boot this using the image here, which is gonna be this one. So I want to boot this using the Windows Server 2016 image. One other thing, let me come back to the settings. So I'm back here. We've selected this is going to be our boot, which is going to be trying to boot from the CD or from the image file. So let's come over here and try to look at the boot order. So I have selected to use that location, and then I'm gonna start it. So I'll start that. So it's gonna ask us to press any of that to boot from the DVD, and that is gonna start loading the files. At this point we'll click next, and then we're going to choose the option to repair the computer. Then we're going to troubleshoot. Then we'll go to the command prompt. Then from here, we want to list the volumes and just make sure that we know exactly where the installation directory is, because sometimes it may not be C drive, but for sure this is C drive, but we'll see. So I'm gonna type here disk part, and then I'll go and list the volume. And you can see there we have it on the C drive. So we need to change directory to the system32 folder. So it's gonna be that, and I need to go to the Windows system32 folder. Okay. Well, I need to exit that section. And then I need to go to the system32 folder. Oh, I need to go to the F folder. Pretty strange. 1 second. So I found it on the D drive. So I'll go to Windows. System32. And then I am going to replace a file, utility manager file, with the command prompt file. So let's do this. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to rename it to an extension of old, and then I'm going to copy the cmd file and change it and rename and as utility manager file. So I'll copy cmd.exe as utility manager file. So then what I do is I'm going to reboot this, but this time around I need to remove the utility manager, the booting, this one. I'll change that, okay, then come back here. And I will reset it, just pretty much to restart the server. So this is gonna restart the server. Okay. Just waiting. So the box is started. The accessibility icon right here, I'll click on that and it's gonna pop up the command window. So at this point we can now reset the password. So and then I'll just type in a new password just for the purpose of this video. I'll change this later on. And I need to save that just so that I don't forget it. So all right. Then now we're going to test this new password. And guess what? We have reset the administrative account or administrator account. I am now logged in. But now, first things first, we have to go back and fix the utility manager. So what I need to do first is, well, that's fine. What I need to do first is I'm gonna shut this down because now I have the new password, or the password that I need. So I'll come over there. I'll shut it down. So it's offline. I'll go back to the box itself, go to settings, and select the image, which is gonna be that one. Apply, okay. Come back to the box, and I'm gonna start the box again. So it needs to go back into that mode. Again, we're going to try to repair it. Again, from here, click next, and then repair your computer. Go into troubleshooting, go to command prompt. Let's just go to the D drive because that's where we found the Windows. Yeah, CD Windows System 32. And now remember, we had renamed the utility manager file to old, and we had copied the cmd to and copied it as utility manager. So the first thing is we're going to delete that cmd file, and then we're going to rename manager old back to what it's supposed to be, which is utility manager. And then after that, we can shut it down and restart it, which is as simple as just shut down. It is rebooting now. Oh, and actually I can go back here and I can just remove it. You know what? I'll just leave it there since we're never going to be trying to boot using it again. So it's booting. And yeah, so that is how you reset your administrator password if you have actually lost or misplaced it. I think from here I'm gonna be resetting it to a password that I use in my environment, but that was just a demonstration to show you how you can reset your own administrative password for a server that you use or in whichever environment that you work in. So if you found this informative and you would like to learn more or have any questions, please drop anything on the comment section. And if you know anybody else who is looking forward to learn stuff like this, you must show them this video. And if they still have some trouble, ask them to contact me and I will point them in the right direction. Thank you and good night. And I'm logged in.